Hey, welcome back to Yap Time. We're your professional yappers. I'm Seth.
And I'm Dylan.
And we're here to talk news. Let's get off with our first subject of the podcast, which we do have our lovely script. So if we look off in the distance, that's exactly what we're looking at. Let's start with football talk, I guess. We'll get right into the middle of this.
You want to go with the NFL or NCAA first?
Ooh. Let's go NCAA first. Let's take a look
All
and see
right.
what we got.
So, we have a couple of matchups that I believe me and Seth have talked about, and I think they're going to be pretty good ones, you know. First off, let me know what you think about this. Indiana versus UCLA. Who do you have on top?
Bro, I don't watch college football, but from what I hear of it, I'm going to go with UCLA.
Oh, really?
Indiana. I said Indiana. I said Indiana.
You know, I've talked to a couple people, and UCLA, they have said that they think is going to win. But overall, the majority, I believe, throughout history, I think Indiana is going to take the cake on this
Hey,
one.
I think UCLA is ready for a comeback story. So
Yeah, they used to be really good.
yeah. I don't know,
The
man.
next game, let's go with Notre Dame versus Purdue. You know, kind of a.
I won Notre Dame. I think
Yeah.
they're ready for revenge after the really upset game last week, and how everyone was talking about how they lost and they really shouldn't have.
Yeah, that was a really surprising
Yeah.
loss. I'm gonna have to go with Notre Dame on this
Yes!
one, too, man. Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Our third choice is LSU versus South Carolina. Now, I know you probably don't know, but
LSU.
yes, that's.
Oh,
what
I
I'm
just
going
took a 50-50 guess on that one.
Yeah, LSU, they probably will come out on top. They haven't been their best shape in a couple of years. You know, they're still really good, but haven't been their best shape. South Carolina hasn't been good since like 2016. You know.
Yeah.
But they're still good. I was looking at predictions. I was reading up online, and a lot of people have said that it's a pretty even match game, and I'm gonna have to agree. But LSU's gonna win. Another one, probably UCF versus TCU.
Yes.
They have never played against each other. I don't believe, ever. I believe that, TCU was good 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That game against Michigan, where they sadly destroyed them, and then went to the
I remember that game.
national championship and got smoked by Georgia.
I
But
was watching it.
UCF is pretty good, and they're projected to be the winner, which I'm a little surprised with. I'm kind of, even with the odds. So we're just gonna have to see how that one plays out. And our final one for NCAA is Maryland versus Virginia.
Ooh, I'm going after a close game against Michigan State. I think I'd have to go with Maryland.
Absolutely. I'm going with Maryland all the way.
The fact that I'm 50-50 guessed on half of these is pretty crazy.
Yeah, Virginia a few years ago used to be really good. They had some great players. Maryland, they used to be good, but now it's pretty much they're both kind of evenly matched teams, but I'm going to have to go with, Maryland on this one. They're just the better overall team.
Yeah.
All right, you want to cover NFL next?
Of course I will, Dylan.
There you go, sir.
Thanks for passing it on over. So, the first match we're talking about, this one is a matchup. It's pretty hard to understand because it's the Bears and the Texans. Now, the Texans and the Bears both won their Week 1 match. The Bears beat the Titans. I believe it was 17-24 with an amazing comeback from the Bears. But with this team, especially the players they have, there's no shot that he's going to be the Bears are going to get lucky and make the comebacks that they did. So they're really going to have to plan for what they do, because it could be problematic if the Bears mess up. But the Texans beat the Colts last week. A close game, 31-28. But the Texans are home, so we'll have to see. My personal pick is the Bears. What do you think about this, Dylan?
you know, it's kind of funny because you're biased because you're a Bears fan.
Hey, I'm not biased.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Bears.
You know, I think the Texans, they've gotten some pretty good signings.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't been the greatest in the past,
No.
but last season they kind of shined a little bit.
Yeah, luckily they have CJ Stroud, which is a really nice pick for them. Which is also because they signed on Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
A really good signing, but I have a feeling that a lot of people are thinking the Texans are going to win because it's Stephon Diggs, but also they have a great offense and a great defense. Same with the Bears. Not being biased here, the offense and the defense are both really good, so I think it's going to be the biggest upset of the week because it's two really underdog teams coming together and playing the game.
Yeah, I believe that the Bears might have an underdog chance. I'm going with the Texans personally.
Of course.
I'm not a Texans fan whatsoever,
Dang.
but
Texans
I
fans.
believe
Comment
I believe that they may have some great players, and the Bears did kind of shine last season a little bit.
They did, but
they
suck. Sorry, just a little bad.
Them and the Browns actually kind of popped out.
Don't talk about the Browns on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
I am gonna go with the Texans, but we also have to remember that some of the players that they have gotten are also out of their primes.
Ooh, that is a good reason.
Stephon Diggs, CJ Stroud, they're not in their primes anymore, but I believe that they could.
CJ kind of is.
Yeah, but he's had some time in his.
Was it 2 years or 1? I thought he's a rookie from last year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch as much NFL.
That's all right. I don't watch college. He doesn't watch NFL. That's why it makes it perfect because we can come together and
we can give our thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm personally gonna go with the Texans, but we'll just have to see. It's all about fate. And,
Bears fans, please save us because we need some help there.
All right, next up,
Lions and the Bucks.
Ooh.
Do we have to say anything here? Honestly, Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans have been popping off, but we're talking about the Detroit Lions here. Dan Campbell, obviously playing at home. I think he's definitely got something planned out for the Lions, especially with the upset last week in overtime, 26-20. The Lions did end up winning. The Lions did end up winning, but the problem with that is that they were playing amazing, and then they let the Rams catch up and come back, and they shouldn't have. So Dan Campbell is definitely going to fix that. At least I hope.
I'm gonna have to agree. I think the Lions will come out on top. They do have Baker Mayfield, but the thing is, their overall team, besides those couple stars, the Bucks aren't that good of a team overall.
Yeah.
They haven't really showed amazing potential. They've won a couple games, here and there. I know it's only a couple weeks in, but but the Lions, I believe because of their last year's performance,
it's the Lions.
They're gonna go pretty far. They got far last year, and they've gotten amazing signings, and they have filled in pockets where need to be filled. There's still some that need to be changed, and they need to kind of change their strategy a little bit. Yeah. I feel that the Lions last year a lot, especially against the 49ers. That's a big game that kind of comes up. Is they don't really like to punt it. I think they hope for the big options, but instead of
running
taking
for the Lions for sure.
They hope for the big options, but yet it never really works. It has only worked like 2 or 3 times in all last season.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why they did so bad against the 49ers, and what was it, 20 point?
Well, yeah, because they kept trying to run the ball instead of taking the kicks. This year, I do believe in the Lions, and I do definitely think we're going to see a nice playoff run from them.
Yes, definitely. I just hope that they, kick a little more.
Please.
Yeah.
You do so good at the beginning of the game, and then towards the end,
definitely.
we don't talk about that.
Definitely.
Next match, we'll go a little quicker on this one, just because we got some other things to go through, and these matches aren't that exciting. Colts versus Packers. Packers don't have a quarterback. He's injured. He'll be back soon. Sadly, sorry. Forgot to put that on there.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, a interesting game. Oh, I would probably have to go with the Packers. Just seeing how bad the Colts have been playing, and their only star player is their running back. Sorry, my fault. And Jonathan Taylor is pretty good, but they're going to need some more help on there. What's your thought on that, Dylan?
I'm going to have to agree with you. I don't really watch much of what the Colts are doing. I know that they haven't been their best form, and I definitely can agree that I feel that the Packers are going to win. It's just the only problem is their one player who was very crucial to their team is now injured. So we'll just have to see because it's going to be a bit of a shock factor almost.
Yeah. One of those nice matches.
Yeah.
I can't speak.
It's all right, man.
It's all right.
But yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Jets and Titans. Aaron Rodgers got smoked by the 49ers. So pretty much this match is not, in favor for the Titans. They do have the players and a little bit, but the way they played against the Bears isn't going to slide in this one because you have a 40-year-old quarterback, Super Bowl champion, Aaron Rodgers, and I think it's going to be an interesting match. I definitely do think the Jets are going to pull out the win on this one, though. Just because it's the Titans, and they definitely need a lot more before you can consider them a good team. But that doesn't mean that the Titans are going to come out strong. So, that's the other factor.
Yeah, I've also got to agree with this one, but, the Jets, last year, they were just decent, Aaron Rodgers, the only problem with him is he can never stay healthy, man.
Oh, yes.
He never stays healthy. So, it's just
good.
all a matter of how his body reacts. I honestly think he needs to retire.
Bye-bye.
It sounds really cruel, but
no, it doesn't.
He's at that age where his body just cannot keep playing, and especially his legs. They've literally told him multiple times, like his legs have told him that they can't play. He's always tearing something, always spraining something, and he's a great quarterback.
Great, yeah.
One of the best. Oh.
Okay. No, sorry. I'm just messing around with this.
Yeah.
My fault. Continue, please.
I feel that the Jets definitely are going to have a better shape than the Titans. I don't feel confident in the Titans whatsoever. They have not been great, especially against the Bears, like you said. They were not great, and they haven't been great in like a year or two,
Yeah.
And
for sure.
So I've got to definitely go with,
the Jets.
The Jets, yeah.
So there's two matches that I'm kind of, stuck between picking which one would be the best to talk about. So we're going to talk about the two of them, and we'll just go really quickly, and then we'll go to the next segment of the show. So it's the Steelers versus the Broncos.
Oh, okay.
And then the Rams versus the Cardinals. Now, both of these matches were, when I was looking up on ESPN, both matches showed like a 50-50 chance. I definitely do think the Rams are going to beat the Cardinals. What do you think on that one?
I definitely think so. The Cardinals have been atrocious the past couple of years.
Though last week against the Bills, it was a close match, but they still suck because it's the Bills, who obviously are good. Congratulations on your win last night, though.
Yep. And, like I said, yes, I know they were doing okay last week, but I just feel they have not been good, in my opinion, they just need a change-up of pace and players. They have kind of had, a similar roster the entire time, like a couple years, and, I think they just need a change of pace. They're not, like, a terrible team they're a bad team, like, overall, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just because of factors that they need to change.
Yeah.
And so that's why I believe that they'll lose.
I think against the Broncos and the Steelers, I don't know on this match. I thought the Broncos lost last week to the
tragic.
Seahawks. Sorry. And the Steelers won last week against the Falcons. So, honestly, the Broncos haven't been showing potential. Excuse me, sorry again. The Broncos haven't showed great potential. They've been in and out of quarterbacks and players and people. So, honestly, I'm not too sure on this one. I definitely think it's going to be the Steelers on this one because just in seeing how the players they have, the people they have, I genuinely think that it's going to be the Steelers who come out on this one.
Yeah, I got to go with the Steelers. You know, both were not the greatest. I mean, the Steelers were definitely better than the Broncos last season.
Yeah.
You know, both have rich history, and they used to be both, you know, Super Bowl champs. They were really good. Oh, a little bit of a mess.
That's all right. Things happen.
Yep. You know, I definitely am still going to have to go with the Steelers. You know, they have a better shape. The Broncos just, they can never catch a break, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like they never win any games. They never do anything influential. The only thing that is funny is Broncos, let's ride.
Broncos, let's ride.
That's the only thing they've got for them right now.
Well, Russell's gone. He's actually on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, I know that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, you know, that's their...
Steelers country, let's ride.
It might as well be that now.
All right, so let's talk about some movies. We got some good ones coming up. We got some bad ones coming up. And we're genuinely thinking some of these are going to be good, and some of these are just way for the movie industry to make money. So, Sonic 3, great movie. I think it's going to be. What do you think, Dylan?
You know, I think it's going to be great.
The first two were phenomenal.
I love the first two, you know. I thought they had an amazing storyline. They went with a lot of the games.
Yeah,
they kind of...
yeah.
And, you know... What's his name? Shadow's going to be in the third one? Yeah.
Keanu Reeves playing Shadow. That's going to be...
That's a good...
Yeah.
That's a good... Yeah. Yeah.
And the Knuckles show was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I personally liked Knuckles in Sonic 2. He was a good character.
I'm really glad that like the show was able to expand on Knuckles, and they also took I forgot the deputy's name. Not the original Tom. Tom, not him, but his partner. They actually went more Wade Whipple. They went a little bit more into his backstory, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think the third one is really going to introduce more characters, maybe for like a Sonic show or a fourth one that has actually been confirmed as well. So after the third one, we are getting a fourth one. They did confirm that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I definitely agree. I like how they go into a lot of backstory about a lot of the characters. You know, it's not just the main characters like some movies and shows where they don't really say anything about the side characters unless they like die or whatnot.
Think about Harry Potter and like, so the thing is, think about Harry Potter and the Mario movie and all this stuff. They didn't incorporate anything from the games or the books. Sorry, not Harry Potter. I was trying to make a reference to the books and how they really didn't do much with the books.
Oh yeah, of course.
And same with the movie, the games with Mario. They threw in like things from the games, but they didn't really follow a common pattern, which there really isn't with Mario, because I mean it's just running and jumping. So they did have to do something with that. But like most video games you see out there, they don't do good with following the story because they try to make their own story for the movie so it would fit. The Sonic movies do a great job of incorporating the games and the movie and the story, and they just make it a great series.
Yeah, you know, I've got to agree with that. The Sonic kind of just goes along, you know, the actual storyline of the games. And I just like that because I, as someone who has played the Sonic games and owns quite a bit of them, you know, I like how a lot of the story matches up. You know, they give their own variety to kind of, you know, steer just that little bit away from the games, but then there's still that amount that they have related to the games that make it, like, understandable and have a proper storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah. and I'm really excited to see 3 because Shadow is one of my favorite characters. And I'm even more excited now because I just found out Keanu Reeves is the voice. That's going to be exciting, yeah.
Another movie that I'm not excited for, and a lot of people have been trying to get me to be excited for, was down at a summer camp, was Moana 2. Look, the thing with Disney is you take a good movie and you mess it up by putting more money into it, and it just ruins the movie. Like, take Happy Gilmore, for instance. They're making Happy Gilmore 2. That movie is great on its own. Waterboy, Elf, Happy Gilmore, all those movies are great standalone films. But now, the industry is trying to make money, though Adam Sandler is on Happy Gilmore 2, so hopefully it won't go to shambles. But what I'm saying is, those movies should stay how they stay. Tommy Boy, for instance, also. Those movies should stay how they stay. Just like Moana and princess movies. Like, we're also getting a new Snow White live action. That movie looks atrocious because they don't follow anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that. I don't know why they're making a Moana 2.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole point of Moana was just to explain that one part of the story, and they don't need to expand on it because they explained everything from start to beginning, and it kind of feels just like you said, they just want to make more money off of a popular character. And like you said about all these Happy Gilmore films and Waterboy, all these, they're good standalone films because their story was designed to only be one movie. They try and explain and expand on everything in one movie to keep it that way. And it kind of seems like the movie industry is just a money grab. The past 5 years is just, and I honestly don't think the Moana 2 is gonna be good. I've seen the trailers and they don't look that great. I feel like it doesn't connect with the storyline enough.
Yeah.
And it just does not make sense.
I understand the reason for a Moana 2 a little bit. Trying to find a new area or, land or whatever it was. But now Moana has a sister. So, we're over here thinking, Moana, great character, but now she's got a sister, and this makes no sense. Because now, sequels with Disney are either the princess has a child, the princess gets another sibling, or let's get some more money and add some more junk to the story.
Yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit on that. Yeah, they usually, those 3 points, but they also do it usually to try and replay basically the story.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know, Lion King 2, they had a Lion King 2 and I think 3, and they also had one that was a short film. It was called 1.5.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I remember that one.
And I just feel like those types of movies, they kind of are unnecessary. All these movies are designed to only expand on one thing, and then all of a sudden they, have multiple things, I guess. Sorry, I kind of drew a blank.
No, you're good, man.
It's just the fact that I feel like they just want to recreate the story so it can so they can make it slightly different, but then have it still similar so people will want to watch it because they believe that it's a remake.
I'll let you talk about the next few. Start talking about those, and then I'll give my opinion afterwards, but we're going to let Dylan run a little more as well. I feel like I've run a lot, so I want to let Dylan run some as well, so.
Yeah, so Venom 3. I have seen the trailers for that, and it looks sweet.
Yeah.
They're incorporating a lot of the comics with Null being introduced and all the
Spawn, right?
No.
Not Spawn.
No.
Oh.
Null is the creator of the symbiotes. He's also the one who made the Necro sword in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes.
kind of a bad movie, by the way.
Yes, don't watch it. Wasting your time.
Yeah. Anyways, but this one's gonna be cool because there's going to be introduction of a lot of different symbiotes. A lot of ones that we've seen in the comics, and I don't remember what it was, but I don't know if this is related to it or not. But didn't they say there was going to be a movie with either Venom in Spider-Man or Spider-Man in Venom, and it's going to be a Tom Holland one, right?
I'm not sure. Oh. I did enjoy the first two. Carnage was good. Yeah. I'm glad he got his own movie because he's a great villain. Anti-Venom was a waste of a villain. He was a good one, but he was a waste. Genuinely, I think we should have gotten one of the badder symbiotes because Anti-Venom is a bad symbiote, if that makes sense. But I just think that... Wait, was it Anti-Venom? Or what was
in the first one?
Yeah, what was the first
no,
one?
that wasn't Anti-Venom. I don't remember the name. I know it was one of the, 5 symbiotes that they had, Scream and stuff like that. I feel like his screen time kind of was run short.
Yeah, I do.
And it kind of seemed like he was just there to attack Venom.
Oh,
and then,
Riot. That was okay. So
off,
that makes more sense because I always thought Anti-Venom was the main villain, but it's Riot, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Anti-Venom is the Venom that's not good or bad. It's the white and black one from the comics. Yeah.
I know that one. Yeah. Yeah. They made it look similar to me, but that's just how I saw it.
It does kind of look similar. Instead of it's more of a gray, but yeah, it does kind of look similar, and I think they have the same attributes.
The first two were good. The thing though is that with the third one, they better not mess it up because the first one is what led to the second one. And see, so now Disney, hear me out. This is what you should be doing. Plan for a first one, have a story for a second one. So if you want to start making a bunch of sequels like Zootopia 2 or any of that stuff, you need to think about stories. Because what Disney does, they take movies, takes the story and rework it. What Marvel does, which is Disney, but they do a much better job of it. Well, no, it's Sony. It's Sony. That's probably why it's better. Because Disney is...
Throwing shade at Disney.
Oh, boy! No, I'm just kidding. So, pretty much, what it is the reason... I'm just laughing at the throwing shade at Disney. That's funny. But the fun part is about the Venom movies and what makes them good is they're scary, they're fun, they're exciting. And Tom Hardy is a great actor. So.
He's a fantastic actor. If you've ever seen any other movies that he has been in or worked on or anything, he's always played.
I can't because I only see Venom in him. But that's personally me.
Yeah, I definitely hope they don't mess this one up.
Please don't.
The Venom series has probably been one of my favorite superhero series.
Yeah.
By far.
The second one was really scary for me, bro. I was peeing my pants.
It was kind of scary, but I don't know if it was pee pants worthy.
Well, it was for me. I watched it in theaters and I was like, oh, what's that puddle down there? No,
it's alright, buddy.
All right, what's the next film we got up on there?
The next
Do you have something else to say about the Venom?
No. Okay. I've covered everything that I want to say.
Okay.
The next one is kind of controversial one.
Oh.
It's, I'm sure you know, it is Minecraft, the movie.
Warner Brothers, you're signing your company away for failure. Stop it. Stop.
Alright, so, we kind of we're gonna go through these last two a little quicker,
Okay, sounds good.
But, the Minecraft movie, overall, I think it's gonna be crap.
Yes.
That plain and simple.
I am Steve!
Just from the trailers alone, the editing is poor, the characters' acting is terrible. The story is going to be weird. Like, if you're going to make a story, base it off of the Minecraft story mode, honestly.
Sorry, I'm just texting my brother. He just got home, and I don't want him to...
You're good. Folks at home will understand.
Yes.
But,
Alright, we're good.
I honestly think it's going to be a load of crap.
Yes, I will still be seeing it.
Yeah,
So
same.
you will be getting my money, but you won't probably get it.
You won't be getting my...
If it's good, I will buy it, and you'll get my money then. But if not, then just know, Warner Brothers, you've got a lot of catching up to do because you decided to take this project.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to probably see it, but that does not mean they're going to get a fan base out of it, you know?
You're canceled!
The most...
Just kidding,
majority of what I have seen from people is that they do not think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. But, yeah, we can talk about that on a later day. I honestly just think it's going to be crap.
So, for the next, we'll go 5 minutes. We'll just talk about kind of the channel, who we are, some fun stories we've got.
Yeah, kind of a conclusion.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes. Please do, if you guys have any suggestions or topics that we should go over, please put them down in the comments, and we will probably take out a segment of movies, because we don't need to talk about that every single week.
Yeah, that's just kind of a overrun of the new movies that we think are exciting to see.
Yeah. What else we got? Alright, so let's start with the channel. We're Yap Time.
We're Yap Time.
We're Yap Time.
You know, the story about how our podcast we kind of
We should have put this at the beginning, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but you know,
probably.
it's a final ending conclusion. You know, our podcast was created just because we were bored. Honestly,
yes, we were.
We were at Scouts, and we were just thinking, you know, we have a lot of free time. Why don't we just make this with each other? We love to talk to each other. We love talking. You know, it'll be perfect.
It's true for people who know me in class.
People who know me out there. You know, shout out my third hour engineering class. They hear all about it.
Shout out to any of my class where they'll hear about it as well.
Yeah, you know, me and him have been friends, since first
Kindergarten,
grade? Kindergarten, first grade?
First grade, probably first grade.
Yeah, you know,
We've grown together and we've seen things together, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's fun being...
Go see the Minecraft movies.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I always think it's fun to do stuff with my friends, especially you know?
Yeah.
You're great to talk to, and people, you know, again, don't know, this is Seth, and I'm Dylan.
I'm Seth, that's Dylan.
Yep. And, you know, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, one more thing. You guys have been talking about this podcast. We will be uploading every week if we can.
We will try.
If we can. We film on Fridays, and then either we post Friday evening or Saturday morning. So the videos will be out when we do film. Also, keep in track of the Instagram, Yap Time. If you just put in Yap Time, I think it's Yap Time 09. If you put that in there, that means, you know, you'll get some clips. We'll also put in the link in the description our YouTube channel. Please share the link, share the Instagram. Please, we're trying to spread the podcast.
Yeah, we'll eventually have YouTube Shorts, and, you know, maybe once we get a little bigger, we'll do TikTok, but we'll just have to see on that one.
Yeah. I don't think there's much we could do with TikTok.
No. But, yeah. You know, you have anything else to add?
I don't have anything else to add. All I know, you know, like I said, please share this with your friends. Also, if you guys, like I said, if you have any topics if you want us to talk about, we will. Just please let us know. Instagram, you can message us on Instagram, and I will get back to you. On YouTube, in the comment section, Dylan or I will get back to you. So there is a way of communication. You can communicate with us, and we will respond as best as we can. We might not get to everybody, but we can respond as best as we can.
Yeah, and also, we will probably not for the next couple of them, but eventually as we start getting an official area set up, because this isn't going to be our permanent place. After we get some of this stuff set up and, you know, we get a little more things, you know, working and flowing, we will probably have some guest speakers, you know.
Yeah. We'll just have to get another mic.
Yeah. It just depends on money and timing and setup.
They could probably share a mic. I mean,
oh yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not going to happen for a little bit. So one more thing, if you are, I know these are really long. These are fun videos. If you guys, you know, I mean, I don't know how many of you are actually going to watch to the end of the video. I mean, skip to the end. That's why you usually save this stuff to the end, because people skip to the end, and usually it's right there. So, like you do, please share this video. We are trying our best. What else do we got here?
Nothing.
Any fun stories you want to share before we end the podcast?
Nope.
All right. Well, guys, this is Talk Time. Yap Time. I keep saying Talk Time.
It's alright.
Feels the same. This is Yap Time. That's Dylan. I'm Seth. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.